Vardaan 1. The Ultimate Boon. Written by Mr. Deepak Sadia. Chapter 20. The Secret That Is No Longer a Secret. In terms of information, there are two types of human beings. The first type of human, who has received the information. Other types of humans would not have received the information. Those who have received information are called knowledgeable, and those who have not received information are called ignorant. For example, 1,000 people know the difference between gold and brass. But the other 2,000 people do not know the difference between brass and gold. Now the 1,000 people will be called knowledgeable about gold and brass. Similarly, 2,000 people will be called ignorant of gold and brass. The difference between foolish and ignorant people is known only in the context of information. Whenever a knowledgeable person does not use the information despite having the knowledge, he is called a fool, because he was able to use the information, yet he did not use the information. In the same way, that person is called ignorant and does not have knowledge of the said subject. An ignorant person is helpless because he cannot use the information even if he wants to, because he does not have any information to use. After listening to Batuk's words, in the eyes of the Pradhanacharya, Batuk became a fool from a miracle man. That happened just because of Batuk. Batuk did not use the information he had acquired in Aryavarta's most prestigious educational institution for 13 years. Batuk was not ignorant, he had knowledge, but because he did not use the knowledge he proved to be a fool. At least Batuk knew that very well. Batuk was already troubled by his sorrows. Later the Pradhanacharya had shown him the mirror. Now neither Batuk was able to stay in Gurukul, nor was he able to get away from Gurukul. Even after a lot of effort, even lunch was not eaten by him. Time passed and it was evening. The friends were still enjoying the Gurukul to the fullest, but Batuk's condition remained the same. A boy came and invited everyone to Sanj Jalpan. At the behest of friends, Batuk also went as he thought that now he would drink something. 1. It is easier to get a liquid down the throat than a solid. 2. His stomach was feeling hungry. I wish Batuk could understand that the hunger of the soul is stronger than the hunger of the stomach. It has been a long time since Batuk was holding the vessel of milk, which was given at the time of Sanj Jalpan, but not even a sip went down from his throat. He felt as if he did not have the right to drink that milk. It was clearly visible to him that he had insulted Uttarasadaka Gurukul and all its acharyas. Batuk was about to cry because of shame when he remembered a special story of Shri Krishna and Shri Arjuna that was always repeated in Uttarasadaka Gurukul. Yes, a special type of Gita was read and studied in Uttarasadaka Gurukul as well. Acharyas who did not believe in God did not read Gita as a religious book, but they used to research many points of Gita, giving it the status of a scientific book. During the search, there was an incident that seemed to be very important to the acharyas, so that topic was often discussed. The story was that Shri Krishna opened the eyes of Shri Arjuna by preaching the Gita. Arjuna started looking and thinking in a direction in which he had never seen or thought before. Shri Krishna became relieved, thinking that now Shri Arjuna would act according to his dharma, duty. But then a strange incident happened. Shri Arjuna fearfully said that whatever he had understood yesterday, he had forgotten most of the things. He had thought that there would be a scolding from Shri Krishna, as well as some punishment could also be given. But Shri Krishna replied with a smile. He lovingly explained to Shri Arjuna that human intelligence is not made to assimilate new knowledge instantly. That's why you have to take the help of books. He also said that all the knowledge of books vanishes from the human memory sooner or later, because the human intellect has to do many other things. That's why it is necessary to bring the learned things into practice. Everything that remains in practice is not forgotten. After that, Shri Krishna again preached the Gita to Shri Arjuna. The Pradhanacharya Shivakesari had explained so while telling all his acharyas, never get frustrated with the children that they have forgotten what they have learned. No matter what age humans are, they often forget things. Since then, it has been the practice of Uttarasadhaka Gurukul that children can ask thousands of previous questions, and acharyas will have to answer thousands of times because that was their job. Batuk saw a ray of hope when he remembered the story of Shri Krishna and Shri Arjuna. He put down the vessel of milk and stood up. He had forgotten to apologize to milk. Everyone's eyes fell on the winner Batukeshwara, due to which there was a hindrance in their Sanj Jalpan. The Pradhanacharya smiled, because that is what he wanted to see from his wayward disciple. The Pradhanacharya, milk is not going down to the throat, please guide. Batuk burst into tears, and asked once again to the Pradhanacharya for help. Batuk had not asked for help in the matter in private, rather he had asked for help in public. The Pradhanacharya, who was troubled because of Batuk for a long time, got a lot of peace after listening to Batuk's question. He felt that his student was only wayward, not lost. Shisha, if you have the courage to ask for an answer, then repeat the question in front of everyone, and before that, apologize to the food, perhaps you have forgotten this too. The Pradhanacharya Dipendra spoke using strong words. Everyone was surprised when the Pradhanacharya, who always spoke with love, used such harsh words. Immediately, everyone understood that Batuk had definitely committed some big scandal. Batuk, who was ready to obey Gurudev, immediately apologized for leaving the milk midway, and then apologized to everyone else for interrupting their Sanj Jalpan. Dev was not surprised, as he had suspected Batuk for a long, but Rasik and Jagdish were nervous. Batuk looked at his friends. Friends, I am a big liar. I am not very rich. I am very poor. So much so that I pray day and night that I may not have children. Batuk told his truth to his friends as he was ready to cry. Before Dev could think about Batuk's words, Batuk spoke about children. Batuk, how can you have such a bad thought? Dev interrupted him angrily. Yes, Dev, of course, this is a bad thought, but this is the truth. If a child is born in my house, I cannot even nurture him. Hey! I am able to give only one meal to my wife as well, and neither of us drinks anything during the Sanj Jalpan. I don't even have a roof over my head. I live in the owner's hut. Batuk ignores Dev's scolding and continues to tell his truth. Owner? Came out of everyone's mouth. Yes, friends, you heard it right, I have said the owner. I am the first incompetent student in the history of Uttarasadhaka Gurukul who does a job. I am a servant, even after receiving the divine teachings of Gurukul for many years. Batuk bowed his head and said. Fear appeared on everyone's face. They understood at once why the Pradhanacharya was so distressed. Why are you joking, friend? We know how rich and famous your father is. You have your own mansion-like house. You might have forgotten, but once on your birthday when your father hosted a party, we all went with you to your house. Jagdish said. Jagdish, I have joked, but not with you but with my father. He had sent me to Gurukul with great desires, and I created such a situation that the king of our province was about to snatch that house from him because of me. Might be he snatched the house because this Batuk, who cannot be called your friend, left them alone in the dark of night like thieves and ran away, and till now did not even ask about the well-being of my family. How can you even ask it, from which mouth? Batuk started crying bitterly while saying this. Distressed by the grief of the friend, when Rasek started getting up, the Pradhanacharya stopped him from doing so. Many wanted to calm Batuk, but no one had the courage to ignore the Pradhanacharya's advice. Batuk may consider himself weak, but in the last 4 years he did not cry even in the worst of circumstances. He didn't know that by doing that, a cloud of sorrow had formed in his mind. Experience the Pradhanacharya wanted Batuk to cry well, to calm down. Experience the Pradhanacharya knew that unless a person's mind is calm, he cannot understand things properly. The best help given to an unhappy mind goes in vain. That's why it is very important to calm the mind of the needy before helping someone. Unaware of that, Batuk wept for a long time. When Batuk opened his eyes, he found almost everyone crying. Only then did he realize that he was crying. He quickly wiped his eyes and tried in vain to appear strong. Today we will do night satsang for your friend Batukeshwara's problem. All of you who want to be a part of that satsang can come after completing all the work on time. And yes, Batukeshwara, who has started believing in God by forgetting Mother Nature, may have forgotten the meaning of satsang in Uttarasadaka Gurukul. That's why I tell you again that chanting the name of God together is not called satsang. Sitting with truthful as well as good people and discussing a subject without taking any side is called satsang. I have full hope that today's satsang will be successful as always, and you will get correct answers to your questions. The Pradhanacharya said. Hearing so, many students started talking among themselves. There was a special group that had thought of some questions for tonight's satsang, and the discussion in that group was going on as to whose question should be answered first. After a brief deliberation, they chose Batuk, as Batuk would only get time tonight, whereas they would all have opportunities coming their way every day for many years to come. When everyone registered their consent, only then the Pradhanacharya was relieved. Apologies and end all meals for now. Do not bring any negative thoughts into your mind, and do not worry about Batukeshwara. Trouble is not a new thing. Difficult times often come, and it leaves after giving a lot. That's why everyone can be relaxed and enjoy the food. Acharya Dharmadhikari said. Everyone followed Acharya Dharmadhikari. Rasik forced Batuk to drink milk. Firstly, Rasik, full of love, knew how to do so, and secondly, he had also got permission from all the acharyas for that. Although everyone's eyes were still on Batuk, no one was sad for him. Everyone knew that even the biggest issue was resolved in the night satsang of Uttarasadaka Gurukul. Everyone was praying to Mother Nature for the good of Batuk. And after some time, the night satsang started. Acharya Dharmadhikari asked the 4 friends who had passed the Mound exam to stand in front. No one understood the point of making others stand in front of the assembly for the issue of Batuk. All 3 friends also found it very awkward. But since it was the wish of Acharya Dharmadhikari, no one asked any questions. All 4 stood by the wall. All the acharyas sat on their right side. Older students sat on their left hand, and younger students sat right in front of their eyes. When the assembly was arranged, the Pradhanacharya came forward. My fellow acharyas always tell this thing to everyone, but today once again the need has arisen to repeat it. I hope that this time all of you will listen to it carefully and remember it. By saying the Pradhanacharya tried to make everyone concentrate. Batuk was looking down, while the 3 friends were looking at the Pradhanacharya. Every acharya of Gurukul has always said that there is no other friend and ally in this world greater than Mother Nature. Mother Nature does not work like a temple by offering prasad, dainty, and taking dakshina, payment for holy rituals, like a priest. She is not a zamindar who buys or mortgages land in return for help. She is not a sahukar who demands interest. She is not even a businessman who wants money. Mother Nature is a parent who gives everything to her children without demanding anything in return. The Pradhanacharya started his statement. Everyone nodded in yes, while agreeing as if they were saying, "We know this. Why are you saying this again?" The Pradhanacharya saw Batuk, and he stood with his head bowed. He neither said yes nor said no. When the Pradhanacharya understood what he was doing, he became happy. Batuk was just listening with complete concentration. But you people probably did not understand this. Let us try to understand the same thing in another way. Mother Nature is a shopkeeper, but she is not an ordinary shopkeeper, but a special shopkeeper. You get sweets at the sweet shop and toys at the toy shop. But everything is available in Mother Nature's shop. Shishas, heed my words. Everything is available at Mother Nature's shop. Wealth, fame, respect, love, affection, lover, girlfriend, bridegroom, bride, child, enemy, killer, police officer, thief, king, devil, knowledge, virtue, demerit, Sanskaras, good manners, Kusanskaras, bad manners, mansion, cottage, food, poison, sweets, diseases, cures, life, and even death. Everything in the world, every feeling in the world, and every situation in the world are found in the store of Mother Nature. You get whatever you ask for. Like other shopkeepers, this particular shopkeeper does not take anything in return for giving anything. Your job is to ask, and Mother Nature's responsibility is to give. The Pradhanacharya spoke. Everyone was listening attentively. The little students were very happy to hear all that. How wonderful that Mother Nature takes nothing and gives everything. Along with this excellent quality, she also has two such qualities which are not found as the qualities of Mother Nature by the human race. Human beings see them as evils of Mother Nature. The point to be noted here is that the two evils I am talking about are not really the evils of Mother Nature, they are only considered as the evils of Mother Nature by mankind. You can also call these two avgunas, demerits, of Mother Nature at your level. It means, according to the understanding of mankind, Mother Nature has one guna, merit, and two avgunas. The first avguna, demerit, is that Mother Nature never asks any questions. Neither a good question nor a bad question, she never asks any question. Why do you want this? What will you do with it? She never asks. Saying, the Pradhanacharya looked at everyone. Everyone's expressions had started changing. The second avguna is that she never gives you any opinion. When you ask for something, she does not say that I have a better option than this. Instead of this, I can give you that too. She doesn't even tell you that you take this because it is good for you or doesn't take that, it is not good for you. She never gives any kind of advice. Neither good advice nor bad advice. Whenever you ask, she just says one word. Tathasta, amen, nothing else. You ask for friends or enemies, you ask for virtues or demerits, and you ask for nectar or poison. In return, Mother Nature says only and only Tathasta. No questions and no guidance. The Pradhanacharya spoke very seriously. Everyone became serious. The little students went in fear. Batuk was looking down, but his forehead was shaking. He was starting to feel that instead of happiness, he must have asked for sorrow. His expressions were describing the storm that started rising in his mind. I think you all must have understood this. Now is the time to know what happened on that mound 4 years ago, while taking the final exam. What did all four of them ask from Mother Nature? Jagdish already had the qualities of farming in his blood, as he belonged to an agricultural family. Many of his ancestors were farming. From time to time, he had seen the problems related to agriculture and understood their solution. Seeing the stone in the name of the field, his mind was also sad. Jagdish's morale was also broken. But he sought a solution from Mother Nature. Mother Nature immediately said Tathasta, and also gave him a solution through a dream. The Pradhanacharya gave the information and became silent. After listening to the Pradhanacharya, Jagdish started running the horses of his mind. He began to understand when, what, and how had happened on the mound. Within a short time, he began to see how the events that had happened in his life had actually happened. After reading the expressions of Jagdish, the Pradhanacharya proceeded. Jagdish, who went to work on the solution, faced the scorn of the world like every person with an innovative idea. This work was being done by none other than his best friends, who themselves were very intelligent. In such a situation, Jagdish sought determination and willpower from Mother Nature. Like last time, Mother Nature immediately said Tathasta this time too. He walked alone on a new path, and then later friends succeeded by walking on the same path. The Pradhanacharya completed his speech and became silent again. The Pradhanacharya was not only giving an opportunity for the children to understand, but at the same time reading Jagdish's face, he was also understanding whether Jagdish agreed or not. On disagreeing on something, Jagdish had the right to register his disagreement publicly. When Jagdish understood everything again, he showed complete agreement, and at the same time he was proud of himself. On the other hand, all the students liked Jagdish very much. Everyone also understood the truth that Batuk had become the winner, but Jagdish had found a way to become the winner. Everyone greeted him with open eyes, which was accepted by Jagdish with an open mind. Devendra has natural leadership qualities, as he has a strong desire to understand every aspect. Because of this, he gets the first and best idea of the circumstances. But seeing the iron-like fields, he too was horrified, and that fear became so dominant that his qualities took a backseat. When he regained consciousness, he came to know that Jagdish had progressed a lot. He shook himself and asked Mother Nature that whatever Jagdish could do, he could also do the same. Please listen carefully. Devendra asked for the quality of farming, not the solution. Put all your attention on my words. Devendra did not ask for a solution but only asked for farming. He directly asked for that which the elders of Jagdish had earned over the years. Mother Nature said only one word on this matter, Tathasta. Today, even if Devendra wants to, he cannot tell how he started farming. How could he grow as good a crop as Jagdish in a field with stones? The Pradhanacharya tried his best to make sure that all the children understood his point very well. Dev's mouth fell open after listening to the Pradhanacharya's words. He told the Pradhanacharya what had happened on the mound. But he did not understand his own story with the precision with which the Pradhanacharya had told Dev's story. Dev once again became a fan of the Pradhanacharya. He went ahead and bowed to the Pradhanacharya. Unlike these two, Rasikananda's desire, as always, was not to get knowledge but to acquire it. This is the specialty of Rasikananda, that he does not sit down when the work is done, he finds out how the work was done. What changes would have made a difference in whether or not that work would have happened? Due to this tendency of his, the policy of mistake correction is his best friend. On the mound he asked Mother Nature, I want knowledge of everything related to farming, and saying Tathasta, Mother Nature fulfilled his wish through the policy of mistake correction. The Pradhanacharya told the essence of Rasik's story. Rasik was happy that, like everyone else, the Pradhanacharya did not ignore his attitude. The Pradhanacharya understood very well why Rasik did so. The audience was smiling under the influence of Rasik's smile. The Pradhanacharya was silent and kept looking at Batuk. Everyone was silent for a while and started looking at Batuk. Quickly, Batuk realized that but did not panic at all. That day he had to know his truth at any cost. Batukeshwara's goal was not to acquire or learn. His only aim was to pass the examination. Batukeshwara, who had not at all interested in knowledge, had a strong desire that his work should be done, and you all know what Mother Nature would have said. Describing the essence of Batuk's story, the Pradhanacharya asked everyone sitting in the satsang. Tathasta came out of everyone's mouths together. So Mother Nature fulfilled Batukeshwara's wish. Mother Nature did not teach him anything. In every difficulty, he somehow goes through with it. If Batukeshwara wanted, he could have asked for merit, but no, he did not ask for that. The effect of this was that even after completing the exam, coming first, even after getting the maximum number of clients, he did not get anything. Through the story of Batuk, the Pradhanacharya spoke while highlighting the important avguna of Batuk. The aim of the Pradhanacharya was that by taking a lesson from Batuk's story, everyone should not make the same mistake that Batuk did. After finishing his explanatory statement, the Pradhanacharya sat down. The Pradhanacharya expected that the chatters, or other acharyas, would make some comments on his points, so that the satsang would start. But nothing like that happened. If my words are accepted as they are, "Then I will never present my point of view again," said the Pradhanacharya. The Pradhanacharya Dipendra understood that the Chatters had a lot to say, but they were not saying anything in respect of the Pradhanacharya. Dipendra had understood that, so he forced everyone to present his side. He did not want that due to any reason, there should be a disturbance in the tradition of Uttara Sadhaka Gurukul. After the Pradhanacharya's saying, slowly the Chatters started giving their comments. When it started, satsang got its color. Everyone started participating in the satsang enthusiastically. For a long time, everyone presented arguments based on their knowledge. There was a debate between the Chatters and the Acharyas for a long time. Batuk heard and understood everyone. The friends did not say a word to Batuk, as they wanted him to keep on introspecting. By the end of the satsang, everyone agreed on the Pradhanacharya's point. It was late at night, but Batuk could not sleep. Completely uncomfortable, he got up. After some time, he remembered a method told by Acharya Kripashankar in his childhood. What people used to call meditation, Acharya Kripashankar used to call it churning. Batuk came out of the hostel without saying anything to anyone. He saw a small empty room in which plates were made from leaves. He went into it and sat down to meditate. As usual, Batuk was unaware that Jagdish was right behind him. That day Dev and Rasik were also with Jagdish. Worrying about him, even his friends did not sleep. Everyone followed him and found him meditating. Batuk's distraught mind started connecting all the links one by one. He looked calm after some time. Friends were relieved to see him calm, and they returned to the Chhatravas. From childhood to youth, Batuk saw his every wish and every answer from Mother Nature. He smiled when he saw all his mistakes. The misguided Batuk, who often cursed his fate like ordinary people, was laughing at his own folly at that time. It was obvious that the misguided Batuk had returned to the right path, so he understood that there is no such thing as fate. Morning came and Batuk opened his eyes. "I made only one mistake in my entire lifespan. Copying, never asked for merits or demerits. Each time I was stuck in life, I every time wished that somehow I go through every situation. I copied and got the job done," Batuk made fun of himself, saying in his mind. Batuk went to the Pradhanacharya and apologized for his mistakes. "I promise Gurudev, your Shisha will increase the glory of Gurukul." Saying, Batuk happily returned home. Although Batuk knew every secret, there was an argument that his intellect did not accept. Batuk thought that this argument was not questioned by Rasik. That's why probably this argument is correct, which at the moment only he is not able to understand. Anyway, this logic came out from the sacred mouth of the Pradhanacharya himself, so it must be correct. This time Batuk was making the mistake that his acharyas had always prevented him from doing. Uttarasadhaka Gurukul's acharyas always used to say, "It is not necessary that what we say should always be true. According to time and place, even the unchanging truth can change. That's why never leave the logic. Logic can always find the truth." Friends were disappointed that Batuk did not take leave from them. But seeing his mental state, no one got angry with him. Batukeshwara knew that his dear friends would be thinking of helping him. He didn't want any more help. He wanted to try the knowledge of Gurukul for the first time in his life. That's why he didn't ask for your help with respect. He has thanked all three of you a lot, and has also apologized for all his mistakes. He could not say this to you, so I was asked to say all this. I sincerely hope that you will be proud of his true intentions. The Pradhanacharya explained to the friends, like the messenger of Batuk. The three friends bowed down to the Pradhanacharya and prayed to Mother Nature for the good of their friend. They all wanted to see their friend rich and happy. But Batuk wanted something else.